Greetings and welcome to Wizards of Fun. My name is Eric, and we are back with round 5 from my constructed event at SorceryCon 3. We are playing against Wesley. I am running the Water Necromancer deck, and he is running the Avatar of Air. I will have my deck linked below in case you'd like to see. CJ, of course, was running the dank water deck that ended up taking the whole event. So my deck is very similar to that, just maybe not quite as strong because it's not running Whirling Blades and some of the other cards that really helped him get to the top. But it's certainly based off of his blue magic deck. So was one of the archetypes seen at SorceryCon, and it's the one I decided to go for. Looks like we're both rolling 6s here, deciding who to go first. And his roll outbeats mine. Love his Philosopher's Stone playmat, by the way. And shout outs to Bruce at Golden Eagle Cards for letting me borrow his playmat for this event. The Apprentice Wizard.
Here we go. All right, I'll get my phone for
So starting off here, a lot of the rounds here, actually, I decided to play like on the draw. That wasn't for necessarily any real reason. I've just sometimes felt like I want to play on the draw. Maybe I'm playing a little bit slower as this deck. So I wasn't always actually really bummed to see like, oh, he gets to go first. That's fine. I don't mind playing on. I don't think it's correct. I think you're still technically supposed to go first always because you are just, one step faster or one turn faster of getting them to door and then killing them. So it's probably incorrect to be on the draw, but ultimately I was here to just have some fun, and sometimes I just decided to go second. Looks like we have Peculiar Port, Troll Bridge, and then the, I forget the name, is it Innsmouth Dock or the other one? One of the ones that I believe, actually I'm not sure which of the two that is. They look so similar. Innsmouth Dock is the one that lures, and then the other one is the one that allows you to transform.
If those are looking like that.
We also have Riptide, Order of the Sacred Oak
So I'm gonna check the site.
in the hand there. Scrying off the top, we've got Undertow. And just opting to see if we want that, if we want to move out of the way. Considering he's Avatar of Air, he'll probably be able to get to us no matter where we are. I have a feeling I'm probably going to pitch that on the bottom.
I already have that. I'll try it on top.
Trying it on top. All right.
Good to go.
Lighthouse.
All right. So Wesley's starting off with a Lighthouse to start. We have a Sacred Stag off the top of the deck.
I'm just gonna be able to get around it. So I think I'm gonna start with a Gilman House.
Yeah.
And I'll pay 1 to make the skeleton and pass my turn.
Oh, and it was Gilman House. I apologize. So yes, this was the Gilman House, which is the one that allows me to transform my minions, or he can do it as well.
And
Transform a minion here into a Horrible Hybrids from your collection. So if he happens to be running Horrible Hybrids, he can also do the same. But I can also transform his minions into Horrible Hybrids, which is an interesting. Sometimes in limited, you'll see that. I had the opportunity to do that in a draft at my local game store. He puts a Wuthering Heights in front of his home site, which is exactly what Avatar of Air wants to be doing. Not only can the Wuthering Heights push things around, but so can his Avatar of Air, as long as he's on an air site. So with the Bottomless Pit or anything around that is wanting to interact with that is certainly terrifying. But
let's draw a.
Having the Gilman House on the home site is not horrible. I mean, maybe it actually isn't that great either, because sure, I can summon a skeleton, turn it into a Horrible Hybrids, but it's on the back. But it can be a good defender against an aggressive deck like the Avatar of Air, potentially. So I suppose we'll see. I would have much preferred to see
I'm just gonna Troll Bridge.
the Temple of Moloch, which allows you to sacrifice a minion to gain 2 infinite ramp. I decide to put my Troll Bridge actually just to the right of my home site, although I probably could play it in front and kind of block that site. I just had a hunch, and also lack of experience against, so there you go, against Avatar of Air, that no matter what I do to try to prevent him from, getting in, he's Avatar of Air. He's going to be able to push in wherever he needs to be. Oh, and it was Mother Maiden Crone that's also in my hand. Sorry, I don't think I called that out earlier. So that should see some use later. Looks like I got the camera angle pretty good for this match, or perhaps Wesley is just holding his cards slightly different from other opponents, because we're actually able to see his hand a bit here. So I'll probably be just looking at my hand here, but you guys can also take a look at his hand to try to put yourself in his shoes. He's got the Pied Piper of Hamelin, which is definitely good against my deck. Taking over all minions with 1 or less power. So good against skeletons, good against Plague of Frogs. But yeah, so I don't know if letting him get his bottomless pit right in front of my home site is good for me. I mean, it feels really bad, but I was like, he's probably gonna, if I play a site in front, he's going to be able to play around it anyways. But to be fair, Devil's Advocate, a troll bridge would be a good site to have right in front if he's pushing things off of it, because he at least would have to play around that. So in hindsight, probably wasn't wise to let him come up. Looks like we just opt to play a Peculiar Port
And I will pay 3 to
and make the Horrible Hybrids from the collection.
And I think that's all I've got, so go ahead.
Pass the turn.
Draw spell.
Top decks a, was that the Disabler, the Parasite? I forget the name of it. I know the artwork, but essentially you can pick up something. What is the name of that card?
Yeah, how does this work? So
Yeah, so it can pick up a single minion, disabling them, but then this cannot move while it's carrying it.
okay. Does it have to be on it so like you
Yeah,
push it
correct.
and pick it up?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm gonna fly it, and then I will pick this up.
There you go.
Okay.
Flies it and picks up my Horrible Hybrids, disabling it. My goodness.
So if this dies, I get this back?
Yeah, it just is there, not disabled anymore.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to go for a side.
Again, in a perfect world, we would all be running sleeves that are anti-glare for the camera, so.
I'm going to tap to cast an Undertow.
This is the Undertow that we kept on top. Looks like we're opting to pull it.
Then trigger, you can either discard or take 3.
What?
And then, of course, if he takes the damage, I can just swing a skeleton into it.
I will let it take 3. That's fine.
Takes 3. Okay. And then I will move and attack it with this skeleton.
Yep.
Getting my Horrible Hybrids back. Although my Horrible Hybrids will likely just be on the back site as a blocker for anything that decides to fly in.
We're at 4 mana.
We're not looking to overextend here. We've got a Polymorph in hand, Riptide, Order of the Sacred Oak, Failed Mutation, and the Maiden, Mother Crone, and Sacred Stag.
That's not bad either.
Just a lot of good water cards. Failed Mutation in particular feels like such a... Well, Order is also excellent, but... Failed Mutation just feels excellent to play because it can't be targeted by magic, but it can have a backfiring effect because you can't use it for cards like Grapple Shot because it can't be targeted by magic. That includes your own magic. So something to keep in mind if you're going to play Failed Mutation is it goes both ways.
Okay. I just realized I hit the 4 water threshold. Okay, thank you.
Good.
So skeleton is
me.
I see, I think it's an Arcane Barrage, Pied Piper of Hamelin, I think a Rolling Boulder, if I see that correctly. Which you will see in this match. I now remember I had a big learning experience with the Rolling Boulder. There it is.
Push the rolling boulder.
So what happens? Everything takes 4?
Everything takes 4, so the Order of the Sacred Oak
Skeleton.
soaks it up with his ward. Everything else dies. But this match was a big learning experience for myself with the Rolling Boulder. I did not realize, so you may or may not have known this, if I pick up his Rolling Boulder and am holding it, and he pushes a minion onto the site where the boulder is, that's untapped, he can tap to push the boulder out of the hands of my minion. I did not realize that. If you read the way that Rolling Boulder is written, it doesn't have to be equipped to be rolled. Anything can push it away. So just a little bit of a preface to what I end up doing in this match is I figure, okay, now that it's on my side, I definitely want to pick it up. Don't let him pick it back up so that he can't roll it against me anymore, was my thinking. To which you will just see in this match, he... and I just realized it looks like we have very similar, if not the exact same... it's kind of the magnetic drawing pad. I picked one up on Amazon for 20 bucks. It's called like a kid's drawing magnet pad, and you can just it's got a little watch battery in it, so it lasts forever. You just there's a erase button on it. You can lock it, save it, and it's just great for taking little notes in case like you happen to see a card that they have in hand, or they misplay and put a card back in hand, and you can make note of it, or they have to reveal their hand for any reason. You can keep note of what they have, or if you get to see their collection.
Even my unit. So if I move and attack, you're just going to push me into that. Yeah.
Potentially.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just making the note that even if I move and attack your avatar, you're just going to push me into the bottomless pit anyways, so not much sense in doing that.
Okay. Okay.
It's better used as a
That's
defender,
good to know.
because although it has to be done on an air site, so I think he probably said potentially, I may not have realized, the avatar can't just push anything, it has to be on an air site. So I move with the horrible hybrids and pick up the rolling boulder thinking, aha, now this boulder is mine for the remainder of the game. So you guys will see. It's not how that works.
Trap over here, so maybe I'll come over here instead. This is a bummer.
Yeah, so again, he's just got a bottomless pit in a very, very unfortunate spot. I have to, if I want to get in aggressively at all, I'm going to have to kind of slowly march my way up the right side of the field here. So yes, not putting a troll bridge in front of his Wuthering Heights was a bad move in hindsight. I had just figured like, well, he's going to be able to push things and charge and things like that. Maybe just let him do whatever he's going to do. I don't know why. I don't know. You live and learn. That's how I learn in this game, is by making mistakes. Sometimes you just have to say, I'm going to try it, and you'll see what breaks. I'm not the most competitive player, although I'm trying to get more reps in. Yeah, you just got to go with your gut sometimes. And if you mess up, you'll learn from your mistake pretty quickly. I will certainly never forget how Rolling Boulder works now, as an example, right?
That would cost nothing.
We actually have 2 failed mutations in the hand.
I think
Feels like a great card, except for that it can just get pushed into the bottomless pit. So I think that's where my hopes are sinking into the pit of my stomach, bad pun intended, of like, oh, I'll just get in with mutations. It's like, yeah, I'll just push you in, push you in, push you in. But I think I'm not considering that. Well, also it is a troll bridge, so I guess the argument of attacking with Order of the Sacred Oak doesn't make any sense because he wouldn't survive. But failed mutation would. So if I just cast a failed mutation to that same site, I can push into the troll bridge, and he'll have to find a way to pull or riptide me. But I don't think I realized that. I think at the time of this match, I'm thinking that Avatar of Air can just fly a minion from the site of the Avatar of Air, just because I wasn't familiar with playing against it. Looks like he draws a site in the form of a Garden of Eden, which is sad to see with my Maiden Mother Crone in hand. So here it comes, Garden of Eden.
okay.
And I'm taking a look and going, gosh darn it. Well, here goes Maiden Mother Crone. Oh, Arcane Barrage. This is where I should go grab. Yep, there we go.
Sorry, brother.
No, you good.
I said, hey, I'm making a note of that. He goes, you're good. So take notes if you can, ladies and gentlemen. I use the phone for life keeping now because it pops up on the camera way better. So I'm glad the phone apps exist for that. Try to use my phone as little as possible in games like this, but for the sake of filming, I really appreciate it.
Let's just play a Hippogriffs and trade.
Hippogriffs. Yeah, so things like that, like Hippogriffs, like if he was to cast that on, let's say I did cast my Troll Bridge forward, and then he casts the Hippogriffs onto his Wuthering Heights, and then he's able to push in, but then the Hippogriffs, I believe, is 3 power, so it would die. So I don't know. Again, just trying to justify why I wouldn't have played my site forward, and I think it was just like, I'm just going to try to play back and play passive and let him do what he's going to do, because I don't think I can control it, and then we'll just adjust from there, so. Looks like we have a tower in the hand, so potentially can ramp up to 6 mana pretty quick. We could even just hard cast that Gnarled Wendigo without sacrificing anything to lower its cost if we want. We're kind of at a stalled point here. I guess we could tap and push the boulder up, but then they can just do it right back to us, so it's... I'm just not really sure what course of action to take.
I think what I'm gonna do, kind of boring.
So I imagine he's feeling pretty good in his spot at this point of the game.
So I think I'm going to tap. I'll play
Gothic Tower, signed by Mikhail Nagyapal, who was there. Probably mispronouncing his name. I actually interviewed him, and I asked him to pronounce his name in his native tongue, so I will, which is Slovakian. Hard cast of the Gnarled Wendigo. You don't see that every day. It's usually reduced cost, but there you go. But yeah, I'm really excited to share that interview with Michael. He was really, really kind. Really talented. He brought a ton of art. He had a huge Plague of Frogs banner. If you were there, you know what I'm talking about. It was wild. Super nice guy.
I have no more mana to make a skeleton. I'll go ahead and pass this mine.
And I do have his, again, Slovakian pronunciation on camera, so I'll make sure to study it. And I can be that guy who, actually, it's pronounced... So excited to share this video. So, yeah, this is round 5. And there's a total of 8 rounds that I'm uploading. So, expect that I will be uploading this match and then 3 more constructed matches. And then I've got 1 more video of a 4-player chaos free-for-all match that I did with Common Sense Podcast and also Roaring Turkey, who's another YouTuber. I will be editing that as well. Following that, I'll be uploading artist interviews. And then after that, taking the time to put together the big old juicy SorceryCon 3 recap video. So I appreciate your guys' patience as I kind of get one video out at a time. I wish I had like the PTO to just take a full vacation and just edit for a straight week, but just doing it in my spare time when and where I can. He riptides my horrible hybrids back to my home site. I guess just to get it out of the way, potentially to hit him. I'm not quite sure, but seems fine. He plays a tower for the turn and passes. I guess it does just prevent, just because the boulder itself does have to be, like, I need to tap to do it. So now I'd have to move back to the troll bridge, which has me tapped, so I can't tap to push the boulder.
That would happen.
Suppose it seems fine. If he had no reason to move his avatar out of the way, that Riptide does make sense. Trying to get a solid look at our hand here. We've got Polymorph.
I think either way, I'm going to tap to draw sight.
Tapping to draw sight either way. I think that's a Thin Ice. Wendigo's not in a bad spot. Can swing in for 6, get on the board. First blood, potentially. And it's like Wendigo with Boulder is starting to look pretty good. Like a single turn, I can get in for 10 damage if I can somehow push my horrible hybrids back over to the troll bridge and give him a Boulder.
I think that might be a good move, though.
It's a Koi Nixie is in my hand. Riptides, Polymorph, which right now we don't have any targets.
So that saves me a turn to think about that.
Failed mutation. Yeah, really just in a stalled point of just like, it's just awkward. But definitely Gnarled Wendigo is feeling pretty good. And this being, we've already lost 2 matches at the point in this round. So if we do lose this game, that'd be our 3rd loss, knocking us out of the event.
It's an altered art, I'll warn you.
Sure.
So just taking alternate arc Koi Nixie. Shout outs again to Emerald, who is the artist on that.
I'm gonna move and attack the avatar with the Wendigo for 5.
Oh, it's 5. I thought it was 6. I'm sorry.
2 mana left. I'll pay 2, and I'm gonna Riptide the avatar into the troll bridge.
Nice.
So trigger, you can discard or take 3.
Then he has the option to discard or take 3 more damage. So that feels pretty good. Just getting him on my side of the field. He's far away from air sights.
You're at 12.
And then I have my guys that can move and attack him. I've got a failed mutation for 4.
I draw something. I'll draw a spell.
So you can draw a sight still.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
He catches me before I draw a spell from the Riptide that, because Garden of Eden. Don't look at that spell. We're going to have to get a judge if you do.
I don't want to give
So thank you for pointing that out.
4/7 versus 8. It's just an additional damage. So let's move and attack the avatar for 3.
Yep. Down to 9.
Moving and attacking the avatar for 3, and then another 4. In hindsight, had I known how the boulder worked, I should have just pushed the boulder into his avatar for that additional damage. Now, he then would have the option on his turn to tap it and kill a wave of my stuff, but he still has that option. I don't realize that. So he's probably like, why is he giving me the boulder? And I said, I'm holding it, man. And he goes, read how it works.
Units here have this ability, so it does not matter if you're carrying it or not. It's just on that square.
Yep, this is where I get real quiet. Because I go, gosh dang it. I was feeling pretty good until I did that.
Well, fuck. Which way are you pushing it?
So what I probably should have done is just dropped the boulder onto my avatar home site and attacked. We'd still be in the same position that we're in, except for that the boulder would be on my home site and wouldn't have killed my failed mutation, my horrible hybrids, and my Koinixie. So he gets a 3-for-1 because I did not know how that works. Then he arcane barrages to wipe. So he wipes out 4 minions in a single turn. And I gotta be honest, you can't see my face here, but I was not super excited. I was definitely not salty, but I was like, gosh dang it. You know, just not. And then, okay, let me read his card. Basically has every keyword in the game. That's the Hounds of Ondaros. Literally wipes out everything that I have on the board in a single turn. I won't lie, I was pretty sad. Just like, you gotta be freaking kidding me. My Maid Mother Crone will not be drawing me any extra spells because of Garden of Eden. I do not have Sight Destruction or Disabling in this deck. So now I very, very quietly have to reassess everything that we're doing. Because again, I was feeling pretty good. I mean, let's think about if I did know about that and dropped the boulder before I attacked. We'd be in the same position with a boulder on the home site, but I'd have all of my minions.
Troll bridge?
Sure.
I mean, that is insane. Like, if it, you know,
Don't make that mistake.
I know Koinixie wasn't on the troll bridge, but like potentially we can.
Yeah,
You were just like, it's a tournament.
We've got
Yeah.
2 troll
I'm not gonna
bridges.
say anything
I don't know.
else.
I can't help but think we'd have a way to pull him back into his or into our troll bridge to deal another 3. Sure, he can discard to prevent it, but you see what my point. Like we would have felt like we were in a much better position. I'm checking my collection. I'm really taking this opportunity to slow down and think about the absolute best play for us right now. Now we do have a polymorph, which would be nice against his hounds, because it's also on top of a bottomless pit, so it
Alright.
basically just removes
I'm
it.
gonna pay 2.
Yep.
Assuming I'm not messing up this. I'm gonna
For 2.
polymorph the hounds.
Sure.
Yep,
It's a frog.
turns into a frog, and then the frog has submerge only, but it
Does it die to the?
This is oh that yeah
Yeah, so-
100%. Yep.
Okay,
falls into the bottomless pit.
I just realized that. 4 mana. I think whenever a non-airborne minion enters.
So it's
Oh, so it doesn't enter, so he does get to keep
yeah, that's true.
You want to check with somebody or you want to?
Judge.
it. We do a judge call here, but he's right. Again, though, if you're in an event, even if you think you're right or your opponent thinks they're right, but you're really not sure, just call a judge.
Hi. If I polymorph his minion that's on top of a bottomless pit, does the frog that it turns into die? I'm not sure if it's entering or not.
It is not entering. It is the same game object. It was already there.
Okay, thank you.
So see, quick and easy, and then it's
4 mana left.
a third party giving their input, and so there's no confusion, no frustration, and no takesies backsies that need to happen or anything like that. Getting a sacred stag sounds pretty good here, you know. All things considered, he just got a 4-for-1 with a boulder and an arcane barrage. I think he only has 1 card in hand, so again, us having him at 5, I'm still feeling pretty good. He is going to be able to kind of fly around and run around, and we're going to have to chase him. But with 2 troll bridges on the field, a rolling boulder that's in the realm, Sacred Stag in an interesting spot. I guess I just have it here that I can get to his Garden of Eden the following turn, rather than be a defender against his Avatar of Air. I'm not nervous about
I'm here to learn.
dying to that or losing to that. I mean,
Draw spell.
2 in hand.
2 in hand, 2 spells. Pied Piper of Hamlin, and he's shuffling his hand there. Can't see it there. Can't see it. Is that a Hounds? What is that? It's Abbott and Succubus, I think. He's shuffling so fast I can't get a look, but I think it's a Succubus.
So let's move the frog.
Okay.
Wuthering Heights fly the frog.
Okay.
Frog
He will pick up the boulder.
gets
for the
pushed
sake of
over
making-
toward the boulder, so can potentially throw that at us again.
Um,
Following turn.
I guess the only thing it does is I can't pick it up. Yeah.
Yeah, and we're still just discussing like, yep, I had no idea that's how
Right.
Rolling Boulder worked.
Weird, but
If I get
Oops.
onto it untapped, it doesn't matter. Yeah, that makes
Yep.
sense. That's so interesting.
let's play a succubus.
Uh-oh.
So she can target the Sacred Stag, getting rid of Ward. I don't think the life is gained because it's not getting pulled in, but still able. Koi Nixies and Succubuses are great for that. Just in that they just get a free target. It's like, it didn't have to do anything. It's just like, I'll break your ward, targeting you.
I'm at 19.
I take one from his Avatar of Air on my home site. So again, it just feels like a juicy spot. I've got the Gilman house there.
Okay.
Go ahead.
But he does throw down the Pied Piper of Hamlin. So I cannot create a skeleton and then transform it. Because he will own it.
Power. There's a boulder there, though.
And yeah, I need to be cautious of the boulder. So if I move an attack onto his Succubus, that's great. But he's just going to throw a boulder at it with a frog, which doesn't feel great. So we're probably at a stalemate there. At an impasse, as they say.
Either way.
And I think I'm mistakenly trying to make a skeleton here, to which he might say, hey, careful, Eric.
No matter what, I'm probably gonna play
Okay.
nice here.
Oh, no, you don't have to tap to make a skeleton. I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm sorry. Great commentary today.
Second, yeah, you control
All right, Thin Ice.
Pied Piper.
Going adjacent to his bottomless pit. May or may not be able to utilize that at all. The troll bridges have shown a little bit more effectiveness. We got to pull him in and deal more damage. Now that he has no cards in hand, that's feeling even better. If I can, I think I've already used 2 Riptides, if I'm not mistaken. At least 1 Undertow, I know. Can't quite see if I played a second one there, but either way.
That.
I believe this deck does run at least 2 Riptides. One of my favorite cards in the game.
Let's get rid of the succubus, I think.
Just opting to do it. Even if I lose to the boulder,
That's there.
I opt to do it, not allow him to gain any life. He has no cards in hand.
Pied Piper.
Sure.
So I've got a picked up boulder now
Sure.
with the froggy. It is tapped.
I
though.
play a Pied Piper of my own, which I could not see earlier. So that does allow me to be able to make skeletons and horrible hybrids again
to make a
on my home
skeleton.
site, which his avatars... Now, to be fair, his avatar can just fly to, or move, basic move over to the bottomless pit, and then I can't get in. But this feels like a decent threat to get him out of here.
Careful.
And I own his frog, so that's nice. On my next turn, I'll be able to throw that boulder around. So I did not see that that I had the Pied Piper in my hand. That makes a lot more sense on that decision of attacking to the right, because I was mostly worried about losing to the rolling boulder, but we control it technically now. Now he, again, him being, he can fly his own Pied Piper and push it away, because I now understand how that card works.
Pay 4 to put a failed mutation here.
So he could push his failed mutation, or sorry, his Pied Piper and kill my failed mutation. But then I still have Sacred Stag. So I think I'm just giving him 2 targets to have to hit in different cardinal directions. So he cannot like 2-for-1 me again. Now my frog would die to that. So the frog would die, and then one of those 2 is going to die.
Wuthering Heights fly.
And he's probably going to get the stag. Yeah, I was going to say.
That's what I didn't see. No.
And I didn't see it. You can hear my voice. I go, no, I didn't see it.
So bad.
Lock in, Eric. You got to lock in here, guy.
It hits. the
My
other
goodness.
side,
Yeah,
so-
yeah, yeah.
Not allowing him to ward the
that's so
site when it
bad.
dies.
Well played.
Thank you.
Unreal.
To
How did I miss that? Well, I'll tell you how I missed it. It's because I'm still shell-shocked from the first time he did it, that it's, you know, it's easier for me to watch it now in hindsight, having like reflected on it on the plane ride home.
Very well played.
You know?
Oh, you jerk. You jerk. That can be pushed because I was like,
Yeah.
you can't push.
Yep. Yep.
I missed it. That's so hard.
Vampire on the Wuthering Heights feels just really, really hard. And in classic Eric's fashion, he draws a card, but we can't see it. So I don't have any input here. I'm sorry. I've said it in every round in all these matches, but yeah, essentially the goal with filming moving forward is I'm just going to raise the camera way higher because I can always just zoom it in and post to make sure I have at least a good view of my hand, but also the opponent's hopefully. Oh, I see Riptide, I think.
I'll tap to draw second.
All right, now, okay, Peculiar Port, Riptide, Failed Mutation, and Maiden Mother Crone. Maiden doesn't do much except gain us life, so we're probably just going to keep that in hand for when we get closer to Death's Door. He's got a Vampire, so he's probably going to find a way to heal for 4 at the very least. I wouldn't mind trading
All right.
That's what he said. Yeah.
my
I thought-
mutation for his Vampire if you decided to attack like that.
All right.
Not sure if there's a way I can Riptide something else in an effective way. Like, I could Riptide in his Avatar of Air and then transform my skeleton into a Horrible Hybrids and then attack.
Pay 2
That would get in for 3.
for a Polar Explorers here.
Polar Explorers in the corner.
Now, so if this dies, you'll gain control of all. Is that how that works?
If yours dies, you mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah. If mine dies, then you control
Correct.
all the stuff. So I'll have to be careful about that.
So I think I'm just playing another minion to be able to block the Pied Piper because that really will be bad for me. Now, what I could do here is just move an attack onto his Pied Piper, and if he decides to block with his Vampire, yeah, he gains 4 life, but I've gotten rid of his Vampire. It feels pretty good.
I think I will move an attack here for 2.
No, wait. Am I able to do that?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Was that allowed? Let's read how Polar Explorers is worded. I worry that
Yeah.
Allied
Okay,
units
he's
as
checking.
If the top and bottom are connected.
I believe so, yes.
Okay. In that case,
Oh, I feel really bad. That was an illegal play.
a failed mutation here.
Wesley, I'm sorry. And we both looked at it too. How did we not catch that? That's not allowed.
I'll move the skeleton here.
Uh-oh. Let me read Polar Explorers for you folks. Allied units here can move as if the top and bottom edges of the realm were connected.
Attack your Pied Piper of Hamlet.
Dude, I must have been. And again, this being a convention, round 5, day 3, I was frankly...
Take that trade.
Yeah, so I decide to attack. He blocks. That's exactly what I want him to do. But me attacking with my Pied Piper onto his Garden of Eden was definitely an illegal play. So Wesley, if you're watching this, I apologize. For some reason in my head,
And with one
this
left,
made
I'll make
sense
a
that that was the
skeleton.
bottom or the
I
top
will
rather.
transform it into a Horrible Hybrids.
Sure.
And then I believe
Creating a Horrible Hybrids passing. So yeah, I'm sorry about that, man. Oh, I feel really bad seeing this now in post, but
1 in hand. Okay.
Yeah.
yeah, so am I now thinking I can attack with my failed mutation onto his Garden of Eden? But it's interesting because he also looked at the card and like that again, this is a moment where maybe we should have called a judge or he should have said like, I don't think that's how that works. Like, I don't know. Chaos Twister, baby. Let's go.
Judge! Chaos Twister!
All right, so we are calling a judge.
I gotta hit the camera for this
Yeah,
one.
no problem, yeah.
I pick up the camera here so you guys will also get to see the secondary camera. This should be pretty exciting. It's not just a static video. Camera number 2.
That was the one card in hand? Dude, I'll give you some knuckles just for the
I give him
camera.
some knuckles, just, hey, this is fun. I'm having a great time. It's cool that you cast this card. Let's see how this goes.
I'm gonna choose
What
this.
is it that we need? You're choosing where?
I'm choosing the
Okay.
Pied Piper.
Okay. And
What do
so what is the need for the judge necessarily in this case with the ruler?
It's the card reads that you have to blow it from at least 1 foot off the table. So
Got it.
We
He's
use
just
the
gonna make
judge
sure,
as
yeah.
a ruler just to confirm. Yeah.
Yeah, if someone is getting a ruler. Oh, unless you're, yeah.
You the guy?
Above my hand.
Sure.
Above my hand.
No?
That's up to you.
Okay.
All right. And it lands exactly where he hoped it would. Pied Piper lands,
Yes, sir.
dealing damage to everything at that site. The judge does declare that that's how it happened. Now,
So you cast it.
to be fair,
Oh, so this is dealing to
To
this.
this and
So
itself.
Got it.
technically,
Well played,
that should have
well
been blown without a sleeve because
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
blowing a sleeved card is a lot easier to
played.
get.
With sleeve on usually.
It's up to the player, right?
Oh, okay. Because I've heard some places where it's harder without the sleeve, but I'm not going to contest
It's
it.
harder
But
either way. Like if you practice one way versus the other.
So the judge said it's up to the player. I don't think that's actually true. I think the actual rule is that the judge is supposed to provide a token. Because it's a lot harder to land where you want with a unsleeved card.
Pick this up.
So, didn't catch it here. I did ask about it, and they said, nope, it's up to the player, and I wasn't one to argue with the judge. I'm pretty certain that is not the case, though. So just future reference, if you're ever playing in an event, definitely contest that. If they go and blow a sleeved card, just say, well, nope, we got to use a token here. I think the argument that the judge said was like, well, you don't want them to use like their really expensive cards unsleeved and get spit all over them and potentially fly it off the table, but you don't have to use that card. You can use any card. Just use a token, right? So I made an illegal move with my Pied Pipers. I will say that the Chaos Twist, but hey, Chaos Twister is great to see. Like I was just frankly like, oh, that's so cool. In an official event, we got the Chaos Twister. Like, let's do it. What a great game. The fact that that card is actually kind of viable and it requires actual physical effort to make work, I think is it's the definition of the spirit of what sorcery is. Super, super cool. Swap in hand always feels good. I believe that is his. So wait, if he used his Pied Piper, correct? So I'm sorry if I missed that, but I think that's his Pied Piper. So he now has control of my skeleton. So I'll need a way to get rid of his.
Could do that, though.
I'm not even sure the best. I guess just swapping. No, but I can't use failed mutation with swap. Can't do that. I can swap a horrible hybrids, but that doesn't kill his Pied Piper.
You have no cards in hand?
Nothing.
No cards in hand.
What I think I'm going to do.
I worry that my past self was thinking that I can just swap my failed mutation.
Play a site.
That would not be allowed.
I don't have the hybrids to cast, or I'm just gonna say I'm not gonna do it.
Sure. Yep.
Now you
I don't admit that I'm out of cards to cast, but I just say I'm not going to do it. But the fact was I was out. That was my third and final hybrids that we did previously. I'm very worried that I'm thinking about swapping the failed mutation with the Pied Pipers, killing it, and then I attack for 4, and I'm trying to see now if I can get him to door.
It's not the greatest for me, but I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
1, 2,
Nope,
3.
you can't do this, dude. Don't do it. Don't even think about it.
I'm gonna cast.
I'm sure we'll catch it as soon as I show him my card, which is always great.
Do I want it there? That would go there. Then that would go there.
The suspense is killing even me here.
Okay. Maiden, Mother Chrome.
Maiden. Whew.
Genesis, I'll heal 3.
Yep.
Healing up to 20.
I'm at 20. With my remaining 3 mana,
Yep.
I'm gonna cast my final spell, swap.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'll swap. these.
Okay. All right. We did it the right way.
When it enters, it'll die.
Yep.
To the top.
Nice. We gain control of our skeleton back.
You're good. You're
We have a
good.
rolling boulder potentially to throw around.
That just entered.
Maiden Mother's not in the best
I'll
spot, but
move,
we've gotten
attack
our
the
value
skeleton,
out of her.
Pick up the boulder.
Yep.
I move onto the boulder. No cards in hand.
Let's move.
I move my hybrids over just to start climbing up
And I'll pass turn.
and pass the
Not
turn.
the greatest, but it's
Top decking, baby. Here we go. Chaos Twisters, top decks, illegal moves, all of the basics of a great sorcery match. Sorry again about that Polar Explorers. I feel really bad. I can't believe I didn't catch that.
Let's
Zap. Or no, Lightning Bolt.
You take 3.
Same thing. Zapping my guy
I will say go.
and pass his turn.
Both on jazz hands now.
Jazz hands. Jazz hands.
Yeah. Spell.
And what we get? Show the dang camera. Come on. It would be really nice to speculate on what it is I'm holding if I could see the dang card. So frustrating. We'll get it in future events, guys.
Tap to draw a sight.
Tapping to draw a sight. Can't see that either. Your guess is as good as mine. Little nervous about moving my own hybrids here, except that the thin ice trigger happens at the end of my turn, so it actually is pretty safe. Failed mutation is holding the boulder. I opt to move up because it does allow me to kind of cover the bottomless pit.
I no longer have my.
I guess if he wants to put something there. Ooh, questing beast feels great. So that's what we got. We got questing beast
Token in just a second.
Yep.
and some sort of sight in the hand.
Okay, and then I'll pay 1, make a You don't have Pied Piper anymore, so I'll pay 1.
Yeah,
for
no
the
more Pied
skeleton.
Pipers in the realm.
At the end of my turn, I'll have this move here. Take a step here. It takes 3. Does it lose stealth?
No, it doesn't lose stealth. So it's just going to move in, take 3,
Okay, so I'll
survive.
It takes the 3.
Faster.
It's there. It's stealth. I pass my turn.
All right, good luck, Wesley. Top deck.
Draw spell.
There's almost something I prefer about the top decking side of this game. Just a lot less to think about. Just like, well, it's not up to me. It's up to this card. Heart of the cards. Puts a lot less pressure on me having to, I don't know, Archie Margo things from the graveyard in a creative way. It's just like, well, this is the only card I'm going to cast this turn. What is it? I hope it's good. Abbot and Succubus, nice.
Nice.
Succubus.
So that could potentially, let's see.
Let's have the Succubus pull.
Yeah, how would you want to do this? He could push, no.
Succubus, take this in.
You'll gain 2.
What he could have done, no, because Abaddon only does adjacent. I was going to say he could have pushed Abaddon to the Wuthering Heights and then pulled me, but that's not a Koinixie. Koinixie would do that.
I think it is what it
So he does gain 2, going up to 8. Corporal Hybrid is not in a bad spot.
I go to 3. I go to door for sure then.
Succubus is 3 power, correct? I'm going to check that, but I believe that's the case, in which case they would trade.
I'll use Avatar of Air to fly this into the bottomless pit.
Yeah.
And then so pulls it in, gains some life, flies it into the bottom. Yeah, so that was even, So he's thinking much smarter than I am.
Yeah, I just go.
Yeah, Abaddon's at 3 power, but just pulls it in, gains some life, pushes it, kills it. Questing Beast will potentially be able to get a kill spells, assuming Avatar of Air does not go into the bottomless pit.
My 19.
He moves and attacks for 1 on my Thin Ice, passes the turn. So how are we looking here? I've got Rolling Boulder could hit him for 4. Questing, so we can get him to door here. I also have a Koinixie, which sounds very useful potentially. I could Koinixie his Abaddon onto my Thin Ice. Everything dies there. I'd have to roll the boulder first, deal 4 damage to his Avatar, and then attack with the Questing Beast, not onto his Wuthering Heights, because he would just push it into a bottomless pit. So that's one way we can get him to door. And then Koinixie could get cast to the Thin Ice, pulling in the Abbot and Succubus, and they both drown. And then Koinixie would be in a perfect spot to be able to pull his Avatar of Air around if it decides to go into the bottomless pit. We can pull it out. So feeling pretty good here. Just taking my time to, we also have to consider that I have Questing Beast with stealth on it. That could potentially be the kill spell that can't be blocked. Although if we want to get him to door this turn, that's probably not how we're going to do it. But just considering all factors here. No cards in hand for our opponent. So just waiting to see what we want to do. We've got Koinixie and some sort of sight. What is that? All right, pay to make a skeleton. 7 mana. Again, we can get him to door here. I just want to, I think, position myself in a way that we can definitely get him. And a part of me probably also wants to keep the boulder if I can. Like, I could attack with the Questing Beast onto his Garden of Eden and then drop the boulder with the Failed Mutation, attack and get him to door, and then start moving my skeletons up. That's not that great out, though, either. I guess I'm just trying to consider that the Rolling Boulder is probably the kill spell. Because, of course, rolling the boulder into his Avatar of Air to get to door is great, but how am I going to kill him? Well, Koinixie certainly helps.
I believe stealth attacks cannot be blocked, so I'm going to move an attack here, losing stealth.
Yeah, can't be blocked. Wuthering Heights can probably kill it, but I think I'm getting my value out of the Beast. However, the Beast can move at the end of my turn, so that's another good point. All right, getting him to door. So Rolling Boulder will likely not be the way we get him to door, but it is in a good position. I could hit his Succubus and things like that.
I'll tap and play a Babbling Brook.
There you go.
Nearby will be disabled.
Disabling his
At the end of my turn, this will take a step.
Abbot and Succubus.
Sure.
So there's just no shenanigans there.
So this is turn 1.
And then Questing Beast takes a step away from the Babbling Brook and away from the Wuthering Heights. Feels pretty nice. Top deck from Wesley.
It's a funny card.
Would I have still gotten him to door if we didn't cheese the Polar Explorers thing? I don't think so.
Okay. And can you do it if she's disabled?
Yeah, it's her.
Yeah, okay.
All right, so the Avatar is pushing Abaddon onto the Wuthering Heights,
Use her ability to have this thing
pulling him in.
kick a boulder this way.
Can't take two.
Why?
Oh,
She hasn't tapped. She's no longer near Babbling Brook, so she's no longer disabled. She pulls in the Questing Beast,
Yeah.
And then four from the boulder.
dealing 2 damage to it,
Correct.
and then wipes all my stuff out.
Say go.
Okay. So that was one. This is.
Oh, and we're on turns here, so this is my final turn. This is my final chance. I didn't realize we were on turns to get it.
The last few. Is it 3 turns or 5?
And I think I'm kind of shaking because I know that I have it. Because I have Koi Nixie in the hand to pull in his Avatar of Air, attack with the skeleton, and the game. But again, I apologize, Wes, if you're watching this. I mean, we both looked at the card, so it's unfortunate. We must have just been tired from the event or a little scatterbrained, but
I'm going to
I don't know if I would have won this game if we did not have the Polar Explorers misplay, but
very well played.
honest mistake, I suppose, from both of us. I feel a little bit bad watching it in hindsight here, but great game. It was great to meet you, brother. I had such a good time. This was such a memorable one, especially with the Chaos Twister. So just want to thank you for being a good sport and for having such a fun match. I also have, since this event, picked up my avatar of the alpha avatars, the pre-con avatars. So I'm really looking forward to playing some Avatar of Air myself, and learning how the rolling boulders works has me really inspired and really excited to play with the Avatar of Air, but also to make sure I'm using those boulders correctly. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and a comment and subscribe if you haven't. And I'll see you guys in the next round of round 6 from SorceryCon 3. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.